True Fans, Scout Galley, Book 1, written and read by Jerry Hart. Part 1, Pre-Production. Chapter 1. The theater was crowded. Ricky ran into the lobby, past the swarm of people, and made her way to the doorman stand next to concession. Sean said he left her ticket there, and that she should just ask for it. When she got to the stand, she saw a young woman with short brown hair tearing tickets and directing patrons to his and her correct auditoriums. "Hi, Scout," she greeted, reading her name tag. "My boyfriend left a ticket for me. My name is Ricky." Scout smiled and retrieved the ticket from a hidden compartment in the stand. "This is a really scary movie. Are you sure you want to watch it?" Ricky laughed. "I love horror movies. I'm more worried my boyfriend will be scared and want to leave. I've been waiting 11 years to see this sequel." "Me too," Scout said excitedly. "It was totally worth the wait. I've seen it twice already." She tore her ticket and handed her the stub. Ricky ran directly ahead to the largest auditorium, feeling her cell phone vibrate in her purse. She figured it was Sean, asking where she was. Since she would see him any moment, she ignored the call. The auditorium was stadium seating. She rounded the corner of the stairs and looked up into the dim auditorium. Almost every seat was taken. She scanned the crowd until she saw a hand waving at her in the middle. She waved back and walked up the stairs just as the lights dimmed and the previews began on the screen. "Sorry I'm late," she whispered into his ear. "I got your text just as I was walking in, but I didn't check the phone." "I didn't text you," he whispered back, taking a sip of his large soda. "Called, whatever." "I didn't call you either." "Oh." She pulled her phone out and checked. She'd received a text message, and it definitely wasn't from Sean. She held the phone, her hand shaking slightly. Sean noticed and said, "What's wrong?" "Nothing, just my ex." "What does he want?" A woman in front of them turned her head and gave them the stink eye. Sean apologized to her. Ricky leaned closer to him and said, "He wants to get back together." "Good luck with that," Sean said sarcastically. Ricky had only been dating him for a month, but she really liked him. He was tall, which was a plus, and only a year younger than her 21 years. He had a good job as a mechanic and only drank on special occasions. And an even bigger plus was that he didn't smoke. Her phone vibrated again. She checked it. "Why won't you talk to me?" the message read. She turned the phone to silent and threw it in her purse. Tony, on the other hand, was not such a great guy. He was smelly, out of shape, jobless, and a habitual drug user. He hadn't started out as all those things, but had slowly degraded over the 3 years they were together. Ricky tried to get him to change his ways, but his stubborn refusal drove her to dump him and move on. "I'm going to use the bathroom," Sean said, standing up. "I would have gone earlier, but I had to save our seats." He kissed her forehead and walked down the aisle to the lighted stairs. Ricky watched him go, smiling fondly. It was way too early to think of getting serious with him, but she liked his chances. The previews ended 10 minutes later, and the movie began. Sean hadn't come back. As much as Ricky wanted to watch the sequel to her favorite movie of all time, Sean's absence worried her. And then there were the annoying texts from Tony. She felt like she had a bomb in her purse instead of a phone, and she suddenly wanted to check for more messages. She pulled the phone out and pulled up the main screen, earning another look from the disgruntled woman in front of her. Ricky ignored her as she read Tony's latest message. "Remember the movie you love where the boyfriend gets killed in the movie theater bathroom?" Ricky jumped to her feet and ran down the stairs, nearly stumbling in the dark. She ran out into the hallway and looked for the men's bathroom, her heart racing. She found the closest bathroom and ran in, ignoring the men giving her curious looks. Sean wasn't in there. She ran back out and screamed his name. The few patrons still lingering in the hall looked at her. "Sean!" she screamed again. "What?" a voice replied. She turned and saw him standing with a few ushers outside another auditorium. She saw another guy with them who didn't appear to work there. "Where have you been?" she asked Sean. "Oh shit, I'm sorry. I was chatting with these guys." He indicated the 4 guys, all wearing the same matching black shirts and holding dustbins and tiny brooms. "What's wrong?" he asked, noticing her worried expression. She waved him to come closer and then showed him her phone. Sean looked around quickly. "Is he here?" "I don't know. When I saw this, I thought he was threatening you." She looked around as well, even checking the ushers again as they continued to stare. "He must know we're here. Otherwise, he wouldn't have mentioned the movie theater bathroom." "What movie is that from?" She sighed. "It doesn't matter. Let's just go back to the movie." Sean smiled that killer smile she loved. He nodded, and they returned to the auditorium.